Welcome everybody to our fourth episode of Trichologists on a Mission. And we are here today with Miss Delfanita Warren out of Calumet City, Illinois, which is right outside of Chicago. She's a mother of four daughters. Four daughters, y'all. Y'all hear me?
Oh my God.
we have Nadia Hughes with us on the conversation too.
Hello.
Welcome, Nadia. So Miss Delfanita is she's a certified trichologist. She is a licensed cosmetologist. She volunteers for the American Cancer Society. So she's got a busy life, and she has an associate's degree. She has a degree in phlebotomy. So she's doing a lot of things, and she really specializes in healthy hair care. Miss Delfanita, welcome.
Hi.
Hi. How are you today?
I'm doing great. I'm doing awesome. How are you?
Great. As usual, we're going to start off. We want to know a little bit about you personally. So can you tell us the audience a little bit about you?
Well, my name is Delfanita Warren, and I'm a licensed cosmetologist as well as a certified trichologist. And I specialize in the health and maintenance of healthy hair and scalp. It is definitely a passion. The science behind healthy hair is really the strength that I want to build within myself. And I basically came into trichology recently, about 2 years ago. And when I realized that there was another level of maintaining healthy hair, I was enthused. I was like, this is something I want to do. And I've been a cosmetologist for a licensed cosmetologist since 2013, but I've been doing hair since 2003, 2005.
Yeah.
So I've been doing hair a long time, but I'm professionally, I should say, because there is a difference professionally since 2013. So, but yeah, I educate my clients a lot on healthy hair and scalp. I do a lot of educating in a chair because a lot of people don't know. I get a lot of clients who don't know anything about hair care, and some of them have not been to stylists before. Some of them have been to stylists, and so when they come to me, and I notice certain things about their hair that is unhealthy, and I begin to educate them on it, it's like, oh my God, I didn't notice. So it's really important to me to educate the community on healthy hair care, because it is part of your self-esteem. It's a big part of it.
Yes.
I'm learning that, because when people come to me and they're losing their hair, or they have these different conditions going on, I just, you be so quick to say, oh, I get it. But sometimes you really don't get it, because if you're not going through it, you don't know. So you got to really have a heart to help them and to help them understand why this is happening.
Absolutely.
And so that they can, get to the root of the problem, because time equals hair, as we say, so, and it's very important. So, that's really where I'm at with trichology and cosmetology is just continue to educate them as well as style their hair. I love being behind the chair. So
it's very important to love what you do. Speaking of talking to your clients, we want to let the audience know you can leave your questions and your comments, and we will definitely get back with some answers for you as soon as we can. So you actually answered a couple of the questions that I had up front. One of the questions that, of course, you talk about your clients, but is there something else that kind of moved you toward the field of trichology? You started with your cosmetology and, doing people's hair to make them look beautiful and all that. What pushed you to the field of trichology?
Well, what really pushed me into the field of trichology was not having an answer.
Okay, yeah.
And I don't like not having an answer when it comes to certain things, and especially because I love to help people.
Yeah.
And and it's like I have that sensitivity towards certain situations, and having clients come to me because I'm promoting healthy hair, they're drawn to me anyway.
Yeah.
You know, and so they're drawn to me if they're dealing with any type of hair loss issues. They're going to be drawn to me because I'm saying I promote healthy hair.
Yeah.
So once they begin to, and I didn't know that at first though. So I'm promoting healthy hair, and I'm saying, you know, because I was, but not knowing that, you know, okay, people, there's people out there who are losing it. And so once I get clients, I was attracting those clients, and I'm sitting there like, they're sitting in my chair. They're like, yeah, you know, well, I've been dealing with this for, you know, this long, and I've been missing hair this long. And I'm looking like, how? And they're young. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, how is this? Like, what happened? What was you doing? Like, you know, so I'm asking, and they just like, you know, and I'm like, it's been like this all the time. Did you call the doctor? You know? And they're like, no. And so it's like, okay, I want to help then. I need to be able to help this thing. And so one day I just went upstairs. I got one client. It just really hurt me that she was bald the way she was. And it was like in the center, not knowing, you know, what the condition was called. I'm just like, oh, what is this? And so I immediately researched hair loss schools. And that's when I began to see the word trichology, and I'm like, what's that? You know, so, you know, I'm Googling what is trichology, and, you know, and so I see the different schools, and I seen how they were, you know, in other states, and I'm like, it's nothing here in Chicago, you know? And so that's when I was like, okay, I'm not traveling. I can't do that. You know, like, you know, I'm instantly like, I can't do that. So, but I eventually did. And I said, if there's no other way for me to get it, you know, so I eventually, you know, got in my faith about it, and I was like, I'm about to do this here, and I did it, and I'm a trichologist now, you know, and I'm continuing to learn. It is very interesting. I enjoy the field of trichology, and I just want to continue to grow in it. I want to continue to know more ways of helping people.
Well, that's great, because that's our mission here with Trichologists on a Mission, is to continue learning, to continue teaching.
Yes.
Miss Nadia, you have questions. You want to jump in?
Yes. Well, hello, first of all, and thank you everybody for tuning in. You know, this is our fourth transmission for Trichologists on a Mission. And definitely we're very happy to have Ms. Delfanita Warren present with us. And that let you know what kind of person she is right there, because she cares about her clients. She cares about the other people that she doesn't even know yet. We haven't even got to them yet, but we're here waiting for you, kind of saying. So thank you very much for that, taking your time today on a Sunday. And I do have a couple of questions, Delfanita. My main question is, what type of alopecias do you see in your area? Because, and I say in your area because I was having a conversation with another trichologist in the Florida area, because there's more humidity in certain areas, or it's more dryness in other areas. We see different situations going on. So I wanted to ask you personally, you know, what do you see more in your chair that is affecting right now people with hair loss?
The most I see in my chair is the traction alopecia and the alopecia areata. That's the most that I've seen. And a lot of it is mechanical damage.
Right.
So, but as far as the traction alopecia, it's a lot of mechanical damage going on. And you know, it's the techniques that people are using to apply their extensions, not being educated on it. It's just, you know, it's all about the look, and it's not about the application. So that's again what I educate them. It's a way. There's a way. Yes. And you can wear these things. There's nothing wrong with extensions. Hey, you know, I didn't change my hairstyle up. You see me? So there's nothing wrong with extensions, but I stress it is the application. It is the technique. And if you're not educated on it, if you're not a professional and you're doing this, you are going to be subject at some point to damage. You're going to be subject to it because you're not aware of these things. And then alopecia areata, a lot of my clients don't know that's what it is. They just notice these spots, sporadically sometimes because it comes and go.
Mm-hmm.
And so, do tell them that they need to go. Once I do see it, I say, well, you need to go to a dermatologist just to confirm, but I know what I'm looking at, but we cannot diagnose, we can only identify. And so that's what I do. And then they go and they come back and they say, yeah, that's what it was. And then I just be a supplement to them outside of their medical professional. They come to me and I take care of their hair. We use the medicine and we can still wear the styles and do what they want to do. But I just make sure that the health part of it is still, intact and in play.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, we definitely, traction alopecia plays a big situation, I think, in all industries, with all of us, because I've been through it myself. Mm-hmm. I love braids, I love my braids. I love my updos. And, when you remove those extensions, like, oh my God, you start in a panic mode, you know? And, the great thing about us as a trichologist, we know how to treat our own selves. We know what to do. Actually, 2 days ago, I spoken to a lady, a young lady, 25-year-old in Virginia. She called me. She's like, I attended two different trichologists. One told me that my scalp was very oily, and the other one told me that nothing to do with traction. So I was kind of disappointed on that matter, because of the fact that sometimes, us as a professionals, even that we know the science, we can make a mistake as a human being,
Yeah.
And that's the reason why we make this little, if you want to call it transmission to people, where we can let them know even that we are professionals in our fields, and we don't stop learning. Every day we learn more and more. Right. But understand us, sometimes we can make a mistake, So definitely that's why we, doctors play a big part with us. We kind of team tag with the doctors and see what they think, what we think. Yeah. And, sometimes we even pick up the phone. Hey, I have the situation with this client. So I just want to reinforce that part for other people that out there listening to this, that have experienced or had a bad experience with different dermatologists. They're human beings just like us also, even that they have the science of medical science. We follow a little bit different. So we're looking into both things. Yeah. So it's just a matter of keep searching. Don't give up, because that's a big situation that we got going on. So don't lose hope. There's plenty of research going on right now. I met this lady from, she has frontal fibrosis yesterday, and doctors told her, you're going to lose your hair. We know that's a scar in alopecia. But we also know that I've treated people with CCCA and they have recovered well. Right. So, at the end of the day, even that doctors tell us sometimes, no, we're going to try. As long as it's in a holistic way, I think it's worth trying.
It is worth it.
Yes. It's worth trying.
Yes.
Yes, Emma.
No, I agree wholeheartedly with everything that you talked about. I just think that, you want to give people hope. You really do. And not just hope out of nothing. Right. Because we actually are achieving results, like you said, Yeah. So that going back to Delfanita, one thing I failed to mention is that she is the owner of Define Beauty. Is that, am I saying it right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, tell us about that. How long have you been in business, where you're located, and all that good stuff?
Well, I am currently, I've been in business for about 4 years, and full-time 4 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm located in Calumet City, Illinois, and it's a suburb outside of Chicago. And basically I service every client. I do braids, I do extensions, I do natural hair, I do eyelashes, I do eyebrows, I do makeup for prom and and stuff. So, and weddings. So I'm basically, you know, I'm the all around stylist. I got it all going on, you know.
Yeah, I hear that.
And now I'm a trichologist, and so now
Yes.
I help treat people who are dealing with hair loss or who are trying to you know, get their hair back to a healthy state.
Right.
That's awesome. So now, one other thing that I wanted to talk about is that I got my cosmetology license in 2011. You got yours 2 years after me. The one thing to me that is very surprising is that you never hear the word trichologist while in beauty school, right? So you didn't hear of it. I didn't hear of it. How about you?
No, not at all. Actually, when I've heard the word trichologist in Spanish, because as you know, I'm Mexican, you know, I'm thinking it had to be some related to color, because I went to a color certification and they call about, you know, something with another color, something I can't remember. Yeah. And it was just the law of color, pretty much. Yeah. And then they say you know, we'll be teaching us some trichology, and I'm like, what is trichology? So I guess it has to do with color. I don't know. Right. You know, it will help me at the end of the day, you know. Right. But then I started seeing that we're talking about the follicle and the elements in the hair and all this stuff. I'm like, okay, so it goes into a different field, but I was kind of still like, okay, you know, there has to be more to it than just that. You know? So it was surprising for me, and that's one thing that we always said in this podcast. We have to let know people what trichology entitles and what we're capable of doing, what we're capable. Exactly. How can we assist them? You know, exactly. In that matter, because remember, we're the the first ones in the front line. That's right. And I think that's why the trichology world, because before, you know, it was kind of like a secret society. Yes. So then it passed on to only doctors, and then it passed on to only people with money. Yeah. Now they realize, guess what? We need stylists. We need cosmetologists, because they're the ones in the front line seeing the situations day by day. Right. So we cannot do, you know, that's what the doctor said. We cannot do it without them, you know, because, you know, for a person to be really ill, then they go to a doctor. They don't go to a doctor for little things or a headache or whatever the case is. And I think that's what's happening right now with hair loss, you know, because they feel a little bald spot, it's tiny, it's not there yet, it will come back. So people wait and expect that hair to come back within, I don't know, like weeks, and it ended up being years. Yeah. Till they see a big area that says, oh my God, I think I need to go get help. Exactly. And the first person they're going to go to is your stylist. You know, they come and tell you. And we were talking about that last time, Emma, when we were saying, you know, before we used to cover because we didn't even know what was going on with that person. And we didn't want to disrespect by telling her, hey, you got a situation going on here. Right. You know, but not knowing, that's how naive we were when we were in that field, because we were like, okay, so I'm assuming she knows. But how do we know she knows she got that situation? Right. You know, it's kind of like, she knows, I know, she knows, I know, you know, kind of thing. But, you know, it was like a back and forth. So now, you know, when I see a person on my chair and they got a situation, even if I'm going to do extensions or whatever, I stop. I said, I can't. You know, we're going to have to figure out what's going on with you. Right. So that's why we do consultations before, ahead of time, even doing any kind of hair services, color, or anything, you know. That's right. Because there's a lot of people with seborrheic dermatitis, and they can aggravate more the problem. So, you know, we see more things, and, you know, now that we went through the study of trichology, it's like, wow, all it makes sense. Now it's like, all comes together. The puzzles are coming together, yes. Exactly. And so I would ask Miss Delfanita, you know, considering that we all were unaware of that it existed, what kind of advice would you offer? And I'm going to turn the script here to other stylists. What kind of advice would you offer to them with respect to
trichology or their clients who had, damaged hair, what would you say to them? What advice would you give?
What I would give to cosmetologists, as far as trichology, just kind of educating them. And again, like I say, it's all in the technique, but also when you see something, say something, and don't cover it up. Like you said, the consultation is so important, and that client may not be able to get whatever you're about to do their hair. They're coming and requesting this particular, and if you see something that is out of the norm or does not look, healthy as far as scalp care or their hair, and they're asking for this particular style, let it not be about the money, and let it be about what your profession, just having that integrity and saying, you know what, I can't do this for you because I know what this does, and I know that this is not going to help you. So, just giving them more or better options when you see something that, needs to be said or needs to be corrected.
Well, those are indeed words to live by. You see something, say something.
We're going to become snitches.
That not only applies at the airport, okay?
True.
I want to again say to the audience, please leave your comments and your questions. Don't forget, we'd love to answer them for you. If you are having any kind of issues or anything like that, we'd love to answer your questions. And now, lastly, this is my last question for you. How do people reach you?
How do they reach me? Well, I could be reached on Facebook at Delfanita Warren. That's DELFANITA Warren, WARRN. You can request to be my friend. You can inbox me, or you can like my page, which is Define Beauty. That's DEFINE BEAUTY. Or you can reach me on Instagram. That's IG at Miss Warren D Styles. That's MSWARREN _D and then _Styles, STYLES. You can also reach me at 708-299-6046. You can leave a message, or you can hear my voice when I pick up when you call. So that's how I reach on those platforms. I got a website coming soon, so stay tuned. Awesome. And so you can reach me there, but and when that comes about, but that's how I can be reached for now.
That's awesome. That's great. Miss Nadia.
Yes, something else I wanted to say real quick. We had promised our listeners that we will have a very, very interesting invite coming this week. But unfortunately, he was very ill, and we have to give him time to recover and so forth. Apparently, he's going through some rough times right now, and I just wanted to say we're going to keep him on our prayers, definitely. That way we can have him soon, and we can pick his brain like we promised. But other than that, guys, just don't forget, we're a team of trichologists assisting people with problems. So don't stay quiet, don't suffer in silence. This is the time that you can come out and talk to us. We do it very privately. We do private sessions individually, in any area that you're at, we will find you somebody to assist. So with that being said, I give it back to you, Miss Ama, and thank you for inviting me.
No. Listen, I got one more thing I gotta say. That color. That's all I'm gonna say. It's gorgeous. I love it. Both of you guys are rocking that. I feel like a plain Jane over here. All right. Well, of course, as usual, we thank you guys for listening. And we got a problem, Houston.
What?
The audio was not recording.
Oh my God.
Can we get the audio off of Zoom?
I'm sure.
hit record.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Let me tell you, it happened to us at the beginning, don't it?
The first time we did it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
Please say we can get the audio.
Okay, let me, did you save it? Did you stop recording
Okay,
first of
I'm
all?
recording right now.